Yo, what's going on guys, my name is Cameron and welcome back to another video. Now if you haven't gone and seen my last video from yesterday, make sure you go and do that now. You know, this video will kind of time with the one that I've done now. Anyway, you probably have seen it from the title. Today I'm going to be giving you my Premier League Team of the Season prediction. Okay, and also guys, as we do get into the video, don't pay any attention to the ratings. I've just purely put it there, you know, as a bit of a guess, and you know, because I'm not the one who's making the ratings, so you know, don't kind of put anything in the comments saying, oh, why has he got that stat, you know, he shouldn't really have that, he's a lot better, or he's a lot worse. But anyway, let's get into the video now, and I shall go through the players with you. Okay, so in goal, I went for David De Gea. He's had 32 games played, he's made 81 saves, and he's had 10 clean sheets. He's been absolutely essential for Man United this season, and when they weren't doing so well at the start of the season, you know, he's really kept them in it. You know, and obviously like now they're probably one of the title contenders, maybe, although Chelsea are like pulling away with it. He has been absolutely amazing for them. Okay, now getting into the defenders, this one was actually quite tough, you know, picking, I wouldn't really say the first two were. So yeah, anyway, going into it now, Koscielny, you know, for Arsenal, he's absolutely essential for them, and he's kept them in the title race. They've kind of just like snuck up out of nowhere, really. They're only 7 points behind Chelsea, although Chelsea do have a game in hand. You know, he's absolutely solid for them, and yeah, as I said before, he's kept them in the title race. Although I don't really think Arsenal will win it. You know, I think Chelsea, they've kind of secured it there, really. Anyway, now getting to the second centre-back, I've gone for John Terry. You know, Chelsea have only lost 2 games this season. You know, that's absolutely mad. Unfortunately, we couldn't go unbeaten this season. And he is absolutely essential for us. And he's also a goal threat too. He hasn't got many goals though. But yeah, he's always a threat, and you know, he's always up for those corners. Just like the man right back as well for Chelsea, Branislav Ivanovic. You know, just like Terry as well, he's an absolute like goal threat, and he's great at getting back and forward as well. Like literally, like I reckon next year, like his card will be about like 83, 84 rated, because he is absolutely like amazing. He's got 4 goals and 4 assists, and for a right back, I think that's probably like one of the most maybe. But anyway, now maybe Klein might have more, as we also have gone and picked him. I'm not sure how they're going to do this. I'm not sure whether they put Bertrand in here or something like that. But yeah, Klein's been absolutely amazing for them this season. You know, literally like both of like Bertrand and Klein, and you'll see how I've included Bertrand a bit later. But anyway, they've been essential for Southampton, and considering that they sold a lot of players in the summer, you know, they've still managed to stay up, and I think that's partially because of their like defence is so good. Okay, so now getting into the midfielders, this was also a very hard decision too, but you know, I finally came to a conclusion. And anyway, starting off, I've gone for Eden Hazard. Now he may not be in here, and some of these players as well, they may be in the attackers, but you know, I've just put them in here for the sake of like them being midfielders really. So anyway, Eden Hazard, he hasn't actually got an inform yet for Chelsea, or like at all, and like throughout the whole of FIFA 15, so he may not be included in this, and he may only be put in the most consistent team of the year. But yeah, anyway, I do hope that he is in this BPL team of the season, because he'd be absolutely amazing. You know, literally to watch him is absolutely amazing. Like you see him taking it past players time and time again. Literally, players just have to foul him to get the ball off him. He's so good. You know, he's got 12 goals, 8 assists. You know, he's absolutely essential. He's got a burst of energy, and you know, he's one of the best players in the world. You know, maybe the best in a few years to come, who knows. Okay, now the next player is absolutely essential for Chelsea's title hopes as well. You know, I know I've included a lot of Chelsea players in this team, but they are like top of the table, only lost 2 games, and they have like a game in hand with 7 points ahead. But, you know, that man is Nemanja Matic. He's absolutely essential for Chelsea. I'd say he's probably, you know, like one of our best players really. You know, he's a reason why we look so good. Literally, the amount of tackles that he puts in that CDM role, he just sits in front of the defence. He's honestly been so good for us this season. Okay, now the third midfielder, I went for David Silva. You know, he hasn't really done much, but you know, he literally like he puts in a lot of good performances for Man City. You know, even now as they're starting to like drop off form. You know, he's got 3 or 4 informs I think for them this year. And you know, that is mad. Like literally, like, we were halfway through the year and he already had 3 informs or something like that. You know, that's pretty much unheard of. Also, he's got 11 goals for Man City as well, which isn't too bad either, considering he sometimes does go and play left mid. Although I think really EA next year should make his card a more central cam position. As you know, I'd say that's probably more, you know, it's more fitted to his style of play, I'd say. And now the next man is Alexis Sanchez, coming in hot from Barcelona this season. You know, he's been essential for Arsenal. You know, they're second place now, title race contenders potentially. You know, it depends if Chelsea slip up, as I said earlier. You know, due to Sanchez, you know, Arsenal have literally kind of, I'd say he's really kind of like brought some like new I guess you could say like attacking style to Arsenal. You know, it was a great buy by them earlier on in the season. You know, he's got 14 goals and 8 assists as well. You know, I think he's going to get like a big upgrade in FIFA 16 too. Okay, so now getting on to the forwards. I've picked like a 4-4-2 formation for this already, or like a 4-1-2-2. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, I've gone for 2 strikers, and these 2 strikers are Diego Costa and Harry Kane. They're both battling away to see who can get the most goals scored, basically. You know, I'll start with Harry Kane. He's literally come out of nowhere. Like the season beforehand, you know, only Tottenham players would have really heard of him. Literally, he's like so clinical for them. He's been great this season, and he's also had his first like international call out as well, in which he did score. I think was on his debut or something like that. But yeah, no, I didn't watch that match, but still, anyway, yeah, he's helping out Spurs a lot this year. Although Spurs, they haven't actually been very good this season. Like, I don't even know what's wrong with them, but still, they never ever seem to do well. Like, they always slip up on those games that they should win, or they draw games that they really should win as well. He's got 19 goals, just so as Costa as well. So, you know, they're tied up there, you know, 2 of the best strikers in the BPL. And there's another man who you'll see I've included in the subs. But yeah, anyway, he's played 24 games, along with Harry Kane as well, who's also not played that many games actually. So, you know, it's not exactly as if they've had a lot of time to pick up those goals. You know, his form's kind of like died off towards the end of the season. But, you know, he's still absolutely clinical for Chelsea, you know, although he has had a few injuries as well. But yeah, I think he is probably like one of the main reasons why Chelsea is top. But yeah, anyway, now getting into the subs. I've included 7 subs on this, you know, I literally could include so many more. But yeah, anyway, getting into subs now. First of all, for goalie, I went and got Fraser Forster. He has been absolutely amazing for Southampton. You know, Southampton have been very, very good this season. As you can see, I've put in 3 of their players, including Bertrand and Font. He's got 14 clean sheets for them. I think that's the most in the BPL this season as well. Their defence is absolutely solid, which is quite surprising, really, considering that they sold like Lovren and, you know, Lallana, you know, and plenty more players than like Lambert like that. They're still, you know, like up there, you know, like fighting for those European places. So, you know, Fonte as well, you know, he's a great centre back. I'd say he's very underrated, you know, and you know, Southampton would be very lucky to keep on to him. But, you know, maybe if their defence goes, because like Bertrand's only on loan at Chelsea. Fonte, I could see him going into like a bigger club, maybe. You know, it depends. You know, I don't reckon this season. Maybe next season, if he does an even better job, you know, he could easily go off to you know, maybe a bigger European side or a bigger BPL side. But yeah, so anyway, now moving on to Cesc Fabregas. I almost forgot him in this team. Yeah, I don't even know how I didn't do that. But yeah, anyway, he's got like 16 assists, but I think this is the most in the BPL this season. You know, him and Costa, he's probably like the reason why Costa has scored so many goals. Literally, his passing is so good. As you can see, I did give it 96, although I don't really know what EA are going to actually give him. You know, he's been absolutely great for Chelsea as well this season. So anyway, now moving on to Charlie Austin of QPR. You know, he's probably like QPR's best hope, really. I guess you could say if they do, you know, get out of the relegation zone, he is probably the one who saved them. You know, and I reckon if they did go down to the Championship, he would probably, I don't know, I reckon he'd move. Maybe not to a big side, maybe, you know, kind of like sides like middle table, you know, the likes of, I don't know, say like Everton or Southampton, someone like that maybe. Yeah, I can imagine a lot of clubs would be interested in him, as he really has proved himself as one of the best strikers in the BPL this season. You know, now moving on to Christian Eriksen. You know, I was kind of debating whether between putting Christian Eriksen and Jordan Henderson in there, but I just went for Christian Eriksen, you know, because I thought, you know, we need like another Tottenham player in here, really, considering they are like in Europe at the moment, or they were anyway. But he's been great for Spurs this season, got 9 goals, and I'd say he's probably one of their best players, along with Harry Kane. Debating like who's better, Harry Kane or Eriksen. Probably Harry Kane in reality, but you never know. Like, both of them are both, like, you know, they're clinical for Spurs and very important towards them. So now moving on to the last man of this, and it was a bit debatable whether I should put him in the starting lineup or not. You know, maybe take out a midfielder and play a 4-3-3 or something like that. But you know, that man is Sergio Aguero. He is like also one of the top goal scorers in the BPL this season. 19 goals in 27 games as well, which is an absolutely like an outstanding record. He has had his fair share of like injuries as well this season. And literally, like, City's only hope at the moment. Literally, they're not doing well. That 4-2 loss to Man United the other week, you know. They really need to pick it up. And if anyone's going to save them, it is that man, Sergio Aguero. So, you know, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like. You know, maybe comment down your suggestions. You know, say you know, why I shouldn't have that player in, or why, you know, that was a good choice or something like that, and say who you're going to replace it to as well. Don't just start kind of saying, oh yeah, why have you put him in there. You know, actually like back up your reasoning for that anyway. So anyway guys, if you haven't enjoyed this video, as I said before, please do leave a like. I do hope you have a nice day. Peace.